Well, our security and defence analyst, Professor Michael Clarke, is here. Everybody keeps talking about security guarantees. Are we any closer to knowing what that actually means?
Not really, Mark. I mean, this is the 8th meeting. The first was the 2nd of March, so here we are in September, and they've met. This is the 8th time. There was a meeting of defence ministers yesterday that talked about a lot of specifics. We don't know what they might have been, but they say they cover land, sea, air and cyber, which is an important domain. And it is said that more than 20 countries have committed something, but nobody knows what that commitment is. And I think what's happening is that the countries that might contribute are saying, well, in theory, we might contribute this or this once we know what the mission is. But nobody's going to say we'll contribute this or that before they know the mission. And the only two countries that are absolutely committed, because they've led all this, is Britain and France. And we know Germany doesn't know yet. It's sort of flip-flopping one way or another. And we know that Spain is out. Italy is out, Poland is out for its own reasons. So some countries have said we're not part of this. Right. 20-odd have said, well, we're in it, but we need to know the specifics before we'll commit.
Right, and these are all the meetings that...
Yeah, those are the meetings we had starting on March the 2nd.
Saying that Trump and Putin should get together again.
Yeah, he's saying that they must contact, you know, that they apparently President Trump seems to have agreed this afternoon that he will contact Putin and that they will try to set something up. And what Macron is saying is if Putin delays again, there will be consequences. So the European Union is talking now about the 19th round of sanctions. There have been 18 rounds so far. So they'll put a 19th round together. Yeah. And possibly the United States might also start to take tougher sanctions, as President Trump has periodically threatened to do, but not actually done except against India.
Because any security guarantees, I mean, that all requires a ceasefire and a deal with Putin. And Zelensky was saying today, everyone agrees Russia is rejecting the peace initiative. And that is the way it is. Yeah. I mean, he's not rejecting it, but he's slowing the process down.
He's stopping it happening, yeah. There's got to be two things for this to become real. One is that there has to be something to agree to, whether it's a ceasefire, which would probably be the best thing, or a peace deal would not be a peace deal. It would be some other mess. But there has to be something to agree to. And then the United States has got to say, we will back up an independent group of forces who would go to Ukraine to act as reassurance, deterrence, whatever it is. But without a US guarantee, the Europeans won't be there. Without some sort of deal to implement, there's no point in them going there. So it needs two things, and those two things can only come from President Putin and President Trump. And so the Europeans are in the middle here, trying in a sense to call everyone's bluff, to say if you will make a deal, we will back it up. That's what they're trying to say.
Can you ever imagine a European force, going in with American backing of some sort, if Putin continues to say, no, I won't accept that?
No. No, I mean, in that case, the war just goes on. I mean, I think in reality, we're in a process where President Trump is zigzagging his way out of this war. He will give up on it. And the question then is, who does he blame for the failure? And already this afternoon, he has said that, you know, why do you expect me to make all this effort when you, the Europeans, are still buying oil from Russia, which is partly true, but only partly true. And you need to put more pressure on China because they're helping the Russian war machine. You know, why am I, President Trump, having to take the full burden of all of this? Except that's what he wanted. But, you know, why is it my problem? It's really your problem because you're not doing enough yourselves. Now, you know, we can argue about the rights and wrongs of what he said and the factual basis, but this is another element for him to actually get out of the whole thing, to blame somebody else.